So apparently Chrisean Rock's sister is exposing why her 2-year-old can't see. So let's tap in and see why this child cannot see.
For all the people who saying, oh, Junior is not blind because Chrisean had chlamydia. Yes, he is. She gave birth naturally with untreated clot, which easily can pass along to the baby, with the risk of blindness and pneumonia.
Bro, are you dead ass? We just fucking started, bro. Giving birth with untreated chlamydia? Bro, there's no way, bro. There's no way. There's no way.
The fact that she knew the risk and she still decided to give birth naturally, why? Because of that tattoo that she has down there.
Not Chrisean had chlamydia, and that's the reason why Junior is blind.
Decided to have a sister too that she has down there.
Not Chrisean had chlamydia, and that's the reason why Junior is blind.
Chrisean's sister basically confirmed everything we've been saying and said basically Junior is blind because she decided to have a natural birth while having the doctors told her that she should have a C-section because it is very dangerous to have to give birth natural because it can pass down to the baby, which it did, and it caused Junior to be blind.
Now that's crazy. If you are not ready to make sacrifices,
wait, is he blind like all the way forever, or is it just like temporary blindness?
A child, you need to be covering it up. You need to make sure you're on birth control because you are not ready to be a mother. Hey y'all, welcome back to the video. In today's video, we're gonna get back into Miss Chrisean. So for you guys who do not know, Chrisean is a girl that has went viral a few years ago because she was in a toxic relationship with this rapper named Blueface, and I don't know, it's just like social media, and I think people just love them toxic the relationships, and everybody was like anticipating like, oh my gosh, what are they gonna do next? Like it was crazy. They was very toxic or whatever. So that's how she ended up going viral. Chrisean allegedly really didn't want to have this baby that she has now, Chrisean Jr. And so she was still, partying. Party can consist of like smoking and drinking. Like if you're pregnant and you didn't know, that's one thing. But if you're pregnant and you know that you're pregnant and still smoking and drinking, that's very bad, bad, bad. So, and then a lot of people also say that she was not doing prenatal care until months afterwards, like towards the end of her pregnancy. Ever since Chrisean Jr. has been born, he's been talked about online. Let's be honest, he's been talked about online. Not really people talking about him, but it's like,
yeah, nah, people have been talking about it a lot, especially on TikTok and stuff. They're saying that like he looks deformed, he looks weird, just a lot of crazy shit. I'm not gonna lie, for a child, like y'all gotta chill. But this is what happens when you just be reckless as fuck.
People talking about like what Chrisean basically did to her son Chrisean Jr. So a lot of people thought he was blind or he had Down syndrome. Now every couple months, one of the sisters or just somebody that's close to Chrisean revealed that the baby is blind. But of course, Chrisean, and she doesn't have to. She's always going to deny that the baby is blind or that he has any special needs at all. So of course, Chrisean's sister, they got mad at her because Chrisean really did her sister dirty, and of course, like she got the right to defend herself, and she basically told everybody like, look, no, Chrisean Jr. she needs to stop lying. Chrisean Jr. really is blind, and it's only because the doctor told her like, you have TD, you should not be having, you shouldn't have this baby naturally because your baby can have birth defects. And Chrisean said, nope, want to have it because I want to stream this. I want to stream this delivery, and I am not messing up my tattoo. But we got a lot of time packs, so let me do my disclaimer so we get right into the video. But first, I need everyone to stop what you're doing.
Oh, okay, so she got a tattoo down there that she didn't want to mess up, so she gave her child blindness. Like, I'm not gonna lie, bro, like it gets worse. It keeps getting worse. I don't think it can get any worse.
Like, please give me a comment. It really helps me out with the YouTube algorithm. Thank you. Disclaimer, everything in this video is alleged. Everything in this video is a personal opinion, strictly for entertainment. This video is protected.
Yeah, let's go ahead and leave a comment. I'm gonna be like, I dead thought it couldn't get any worse. LMAO, like, I'm gonna be like, LMAO, let's say Chrisean must be stopped.
I don't know these people personally, so it's not a personal attack, and I didn't make this video for full backgrounds.
So Chrisean Jr. is blind, and it's because Chrisean had chlamydia when she had him?
Blind is so sad, bro. That is so sad. Come on.
Okay, and now we learned this because Terrain, the whole time Chrisean been over here trying to make it seem like she's not the fault as to why that baby is the way he is. We can't keep blaming Blueface. We can't, because this man has been locked up because of her. We can't blame the grandmama because the grandmama literally tried to tell Blueface to stay away from that crazy psycho. Also, y'all remember when we seen her on Zeus Network with her family saying that she was gonna drink that night because she didn't no longer want the baby. I'm pretty sure she got her hands on that bottle. But then she wants to preach about God and say that she's a Christian and say that there's nothing wrong with her baby, and that's why she doesn't want to go get him no help because there's nothing wrong with him. Yes, it is. You don't want to go get him no help because you are embarrassed.
Yeah, of course, Chrisean was biting the hand that feeds her, thinking out of emotion. And ladies, we definitely, well, just people in general, we cannot be thinking out of emotion. You need to think with logic. If this person is like, you feel like you still want to run the streets and that's how you make your money, you got to be here, you got to be there, why would you make your sister mad that's watching your son? Like, that doesn't make any sense. And who know your business? I've been saying this. Of course, children are gifts from God, but Chrisean should not have had this baby. I say this time and time again. Like, I feel like,
I'm not gonna lie, I was gonna say that I don't know how y'all feel about abortions and stuff, but if it's before, the child is like, viable or anything, I feel like, like maybe you should have did that if you're not going to stop having raw sex. Like, I don't know, but it's just so sad, especially if the child actually is blind all the way. Like, that'd be very sad, bro.
just society pressure makes women feel like they want to have a child, but you need to know, are you the person that should really be having a child? Do you still like to run the street? If you still like to run the street, a child is not for you. If you're not willing to put this child needs before your own, the child is not for you. I was going to be knowing their child favorite color. She is just too neglectful. And I will stand on this hill. If you do drugs, you do not need to be getting pregnant. I'm sorry. Of course you can turn your life around, but it's just very bad for the baby. You got to think about the kid first if you decide to have a child.
No, that was wrong. Yeah, you said you had chlamydia. Your little V6 didn't kick in. 6 kicked in day 1 when you gave birth. Why? Because I was there. It didn't kick in. It didn't kick in. When the nurses came in and told you, can they talk to you about yourself? You're like, no. You just go ahead and put it out there. Well, that was wrong. Yeah, and they said you had chlamydia. Your little V6 didn't kick in. They said we're going to do a C-section. Guess what? You refused. You didn't want to mess up your little tattoo. Or you didn't want to get cut, right? Oh, all right. Where your mother instincts was that then? Because you sent through that.
She didn't want to mess up her tattoo, so she'd rather blind her child. I'm not gonna lie. I felt kind of bad for Chrisean at first, but now I don't feel shit.
Actually, leave me alone. You want to play with my children now, right? You play with my children. I'm talking about my grandbaby. Like, you know what's crazy? We will never talk about Chrisean because he's special and we really love him. But yo, you are foul. You are foul and disgusting. And how you playing? It's a no-go zone. It's a no-go zone over here. You know that. It's a no-go zone over here. We had a meeting with CPS. My reason for that is because I have to clear my name. I have to clear my position. Yes, I want to protect myself. You tell lies and you tell fake stories. I see what's going on. You don't mind. So okay, why would I, after you didn't come get him, be like, okay, I'm just gonna wait on Chrisean time? No, it don't work like that, baby girl. It's me, big sis. But you played. You got your little emotions and the drugs. Rewire your little brain.
And it sucks when it's your actual family coming at you like this, you know?
You did what you did, and how you think it's cool. It's not. You play with me, my household, post in my household. When was that ever a thing that's cool to play with? It was never a thing cool to play with.
And then on top of that, Chrisean does not have a stable home for herself and for her son. It's like, Chrisean, she's not 21, 22. Like, you're getting grown now. You should definitely have a stable home for your son. I understand that you might be traveling and you on tour, quote unquote, but on tour for what? That's what I'm kind of curious about. On tour for what? But even if you can still have a stable household for you and your son, or like I say, you shouldn't have been dating that feed you. Like what's wrong with that? Even if you felt a certain way, you should have bit your tongue so you know your child can be stable.
Your side is non-credible. You're a liar. Okay? You're a liar. And when I asked you to come get the baby, you didn't want to come get him. You chopped up my text message to act like I told you to come because I'm going to beat you up. I'm keeping the baby. That was never the case. My heart is not like that. Anybody that know me know that. That's not true. Okay. That's how you come. You let them come in. You didn't come. Pull up, get your baby your own self. You even said it on your live, and that's why I let you keep talking because you're going to always continue to tell on yourself. You paying people to come play with me, but you playing with the lunatics, so they come in on their nervous breakdown tip. Doing what you're doing. Okay. Then you play with the police talking about your motherly instincts kicked in. Your motherly instincts kicked in, right? And was like, don't leave without them. So you put the battery in the police bag and keep telling your baby's in danger. That's false. And you knew it was false. You knew you were wrong. But your motherly instincts kicked in. Why didn't your motherly instincts kick in day 1 when you gave birth? Why? Because I was there. It didn't kick in. It didn't kick in.
Now the world knows, it's being confirmed, that little baby Jesus, aka Chrisean Rock Jr., has disabilities. And he's a child that has a handicap. Chrisean, it's okay, my baby. It's nothing to be embarrassed about. It's nothing to be ashamed about. It's called being...
It's nothing to be embarrassed about, but the thing is, the entire internet sat there and watched you do it and told you shouldn't do it and why you shouldn't do it. You feel me? Just to give your kid a fucking disability. Like, what the fuck?
a mother. It's called love. It's called support. And unfortunately, you ain't got a good support system. And baby, let me tell you got disabilities on your own. I see the way that you articulate. I see the way your eyes be going and you don't know how to make them stop. I see the way you can't even sit at the table with proper etiquette because you probably wasn't trained, you probably wasn't shown, and you probably wasn't taught.
Get your ass on, boy. Get your goddamn ass on.
My fault.
Okay, you've been on your own for a very long time, and unfortunately, you've been blessed with God creations. And what you need to know is God don't make no mistakes when He is creating life and being fruitful and multiplying. Stop. Now that the world know, what other excuse you gonna give? What other lie you gonna make up? Because we all see that baby has delays. That baby is not developmentally. He's not developing the way he needs.
Lock her up, bro. Dead ass. Like, you deserve it. I'm not gonna lie.
So the reason Chrisean Jr. is blind is because Chrisean literally had chlamydia while she was pregnant, and she rejected a C-section when the nurses had asked her because obviously her canal is infected. Now, beyond know that Chrisean was literally not going to end. She wasn't even taking no prenatal. Found that out because Chrisean, he's not developing the way he needs to develop. So the reason Chrisean Jr. is blind is because Chrisean literally had chlamydia while she was pregnant, and she rejected a C-section when the nurses had asked her because obviously her canal is infected. Now everything is starting to make sense because a lot of people's like, oh, but she would have found that out if she was going to a doctor's appointment. Beyond know that Chrisean was literally not going to end. She wasn't even taking no prenatal supplements, no doctor's appointments at all. So obviously, they found that out before she was allowed to give birth. And just because of that tattoo that she has by her stomach area, she was like, no, it's okay, let's do it naturally. And now it makes sense why Chrisean Jr. is literally, and he cannot see anything. And that's why he's not able to walk. Mind you, Chrisean's sister exposed all of this shit when she was at the CPS's office. Can't imagine how heated she must have been. And I don't blame her, because what right does Chrisean have to talk about her kids when she's literally watching your child when you're outside all night, all day with your new mate? Chrisean has audacity. And this was going to come out sooner or later, regardless if the information came from Blueface, if it came from her family, if it came from her friend. We all know that Chrisean was not going to her doctor's appointments. We all know that she was not taking care of herself. And obviously Junior, because looking at her now with the fact that her sister saying all this shit, her sister at that, the one that she was literally just cool with about 2 weeks ago.
It's like everybody see it and know it, but she just want to deny it. And I understand it can be embarrassing, like I said, because she's most likely the one. Like, if the doctors even told her, allegedly, that's what her sister said, that no, if you have a STD, you should not be having this baby, and she did it anyway. But I'm sorry to choose getting a tattoo over a possibly healthy baby.
Saying, yeah, and you doing all that fucking with that kid in your stomach. Like, damn, that's so disgusting, bro. I thought she was just weird, but it's like she's legitimately like crazy.
He is crazy.
It crushed my heart to look at my grandbaby and see that, and I didn't know if he was looking at me, you, or the air. I was hurt, genuinely hurt. But you know what? That's okay. That's okay. If he can laugh and he can cry and
She gotta go to jail for that, bro.
smile, he can still be a joy in this world. I got to see it, and that's probably what you was mad at me about, because you saw my face and you felt my energy. But that's okay. That was my first time seeing him. I never seen him whoop before. I never seen what they saw. I literally thought this whole time that maybe people's fans was doing something to the pictures, or you know, making it not. I didn't believe it the whole time. I just was like, nah, you know, John said there was a couple things going on, but he didn't say it was to that extent. I had no clue, but now I know. Now I see what they see. I see what's going on, and that's all right. That's all right. It don't matter. It wouldn't matter to me at all, one bit.
Not to be funny or anything, but I want to know, where did this disease come from? Because she was acting like she's so much in love with Blue, and you know, she's this big old Christian, and that is sick. I'm sorry, in my opinion, it's sick to be a Christian one day and, oh, I don't do this, I don't do that, but the moment you get a little boo, you forget about God. Like, that is a slap in the face. I am sorry.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, like, shout out to all my Christians, but some of y'all are very hypocritical, like, and then y'all use the Bible to, you know, push the hypocrisy. Not all of y'all, of course, but just, you know, a small fraction.
You can still have a boyfriend and, you know, be a Christian. Like, we are imperfect or whatever. Like, nobody is without sin or whatever. But it's like, why are you acting like you're a Christian when you're single, and then when you get in a relationship, you're not? Like, everything goes out the window. That's crazy.
Not Chrisean had chlamydia, and that's the reason why Junior is blind. What? So that means the medical documents that came out about Junior was true. Oh my goodness, it's Mad Day. What I tell y'all? So the sister that came out and finally done spoke out about what happened last night before that, about how Chrisean is a lying, dirty, gutter snipe. And just like, oh, let's talk about how you had that baby. You was infected down there. You had that infected cooch. You had chlamydia. And they told you needed to get a C-section, and you said no. And how you let him pass through that infected fucking now, you trifling gutter snipe. Let's talk about that one. And you knew it whole time. That means you didn't get no prenatal care or nothing. We already established this. She didn't get no prenatal care. She didn't get no checkups before or after Junior came out the month. And I told y'all that.
Damn, I'm like, none, but how? You're rich. You can literally just go to a doctor in whatever city you're in. Like,
that servicing around when Junior was born, at birth, he had the hernia. At birth, he had club feet. At birth, it looked like he had all those symptoms. So those medical documents that came out was true. Lord.
Then she had the nerve to say she wants to give the other boy a baby. She's absolutely ridiculous. She is absolutely ridiculous. Chrisean is the type of person, in my opinion, I feel like she should be one and done. You don't have that motherly instinct. I'm sorry. You were still partying, and I'm not saying like, oh, you at the club. No, she was partying, if you get what I mean. You still the type that had this baby. You weren't getting care for yourself. It was like, it's a slap in the baby face. Like, you didn't care about that baby at all. And I still don't feel like you cared about that baby at all, because you right now are chasing D and talking about you about to give a baby to the next man. And then he's silly too, because Chrisean still got all them tattoos of Blueface. To my knowledge, why would you want to smash a girl who still got another man face on her body? Like,
yeah, nah, that guy's weird as fuck. But there's always a weirdo for everyone.
Crazy. Get him out of here.
Every time Chrisean gets a man,
especially for women, weird women will get wiped up, but weird niggas, you're dying alone.
you can bet she's gonna forget about the people that have held her down. Today, her sister, the one that has been literally taking care of her son during this whole time when she was in jail and everything, she done turned out on the sister. Where y'all know she called the police on the sister, had the police go to the sister's house trying to say she was holding this baby for ransom, when no, the sister just said, you have to be the one to come and pick up the baby.
Let it bitches in, niggas gonna be okay.